Welcome to Talk About Scary, the show where we do just that, talk about scary stuff. I'm Adam.
I'm Shelina.
And with us as always, or as most of the time is...
Clay, I'm here. It's me. It's me.
Finally, we're all together at last. Huh?
What a happy day. Happiness.
This is the first episode where we actually have Shelina and Clay in the same episode. Pretty exciting.
It's going to be
Nice.
good. It's going to be good.
It's good. And also, fortunately for us, unfortunately for our viewers, this is our grand finale of the season. So we hope we're going to bring you some great stuff today. I hope you've enjoyed the entire season.
It's been long. We actually started this season like almost a year and a half ago. Our first episode was Slender Man. Think about that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Slenderman.
A lot of episodes in this season. A lot of episodes.
I don't even remember what was going on in my life at that point.
I don't. I was a young man. I was outside on my wheelie board doing tricks.
Much less gray.
You always think that it was like the 90s when you were a kid. And that's just... I'm conflicted because I know our ages don't sync.
I know, yeah. I was in the high school in the 90s. I was in the high school.
Ooh, I was not.
Nope. No, neither of you were. It's okay. I'm stunted by our natural immaturity, which keeps me below both of you. Before we get started, I have a lot of housekeeping to do, so I just want to talk to our viewers for a second. First of all, we'd like to thank you for watching us on YouTube and watching our channel. If you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any other format, we're also on YouTube. You can watch us and actually see what we look like and all the hijinks and the great visual art we display as we're talking.
We're ugly.
So, right. So, rawr. So thanks for watching on YouTube. This is our grand finale episode. And we, so you're not going to see us for a while. So there's some housekeeping we want to do before we get started. For one, you'll be able to see this on YouTube, but we have a special, Clay and I did our own ghost hunting spectacular at the infamous Hotel San Carlos in Phoenix, Arizona. And the special is called, The Ghostly Secrets of the Hotel San Carlos. And you'll be able to see that. When, Clay?
Well, when this episode airs, it will be on YouTube. So you can actually go check it out right now if you want to, or you can finish this episode up and then check it out right afterwards.
Check it out, guys. It's great. Clay and I found some actual things there that could not be explained. We're not going to get too much into it, but as you know by watching our special, usually we can explain away a lot of stuff. So we bring it to you as we see it. We don't ghost hunters the crap out of a special and run around screaming and posting fake stuff everywhere. This is a real account of what happened. It was really good. It was very scary, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Also, what else do we got, Clay, coming out? What else we got?
Well, to touch on that real quick, I did want to say that I think that was actually personally our best special. Like you said, there were some things that happened. But it was a lot of fun there. We actually had free run of the hotel, so we got to investigate a lot more than when you watched our Monte Vista special, if you saw that. It's very in-depth. It's a very fun watch, so I don't want to beat horses with sticks like I tend to do, but it's totally worth it. The other thing that we have coming out is we actually did another ghost hunt. We went back to this dilapidated YMCA that I kind of despise, to be honest with you. Every time I go there I get sick, but it is the location where we filmed The Last 5 Days 3, the Freak Building, and we did a full-fledged investigation and actually followed a team that does this for a living, I think.
Yep.
They had all the tech, all the gear, and we will be presenting that this month in 3 or 4 part episodes. I'm not exactly sure. We're kind of finishing up the edit as we record this episode, but that will be coming out very soon, immediately following this. And that was a similar special where we went and checked out this area, did EVP sessions, all this stuff with a bunch of people who actually know what they're talking about, instead of us dinglings holding dowsing rods and not knowing what we're doing. So if you want to talk about that more, Adam, be my guest.
Well, you know, they had spirit boxes, EMF detectors. They had, like you said, they had cat balls there. They had a seance. They had all sorts of stuff going on. It was a lot of stuff to pack into in a whole night into the morning. Super creepy, super fun. Clay and I went and shot the last 5 days there, and we gotta tell you, some really weird stuff happened when we were there. Really scary. I remember telling you how scary and weird it was. And of course, Shelina didn't go. She was too afraid. She didn't want to go, which is fine.
I was afraid.
But
I've been there three times now.
we actually fought about one of the scenes. We had to split up. Like, I don't want to go up there again. I've never done that before. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go up there. I'm tired of this. I don't want to go there. We did it. Nothing bad happened to us, except we both got deathly ill afterward. And then we had to go back with this ghost hunting crew. And everything that happened to us, they verified, which I think is amazing. So I can't wait to share that with you guys. And hopefully that's a nice, it's a nice segue into next season. We'll talk about scary as well. So thanks so much for watching again. Watch out for that. Anything else we got besides the last 5 days? Don't forget to watch the last 5 days, The Freak Building. You can also see that on many fine streaming services. And are we showing it on YouTube as well?
It is on YouTube. It's on YouTube
Guys,
right
you gotta
now,
watch it.
and actually the entire trilogy is on YouTube when this episode airs. So, yeah, moral of the story is check us out on YouTube. We have a lot going on. We've been transitioning. We're still doing things on streaming platforms, but we've been transitioning towards a full-fledged studio on YouTube. So we will be having much more come out. We're doing a lot of stuff, and I do want to dive into this episode so that we don't waste our entire time housekeeping. But the last note I have is, yes, this is the finale. We will be taking a short break after this, but it will be short. I think it's going to be like a month, maybe 5 weeks. So probably right around after Halloween, we will be back starting new episodes. We've got some new ideas. We're trying to get some new guests to appear and talk about some really cool stuff.
Some new ghosts to appear. All right. Well, I'm going to dive right in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just like the spirits dive into the indoor pool at the old YMCA in Miami. Here we go.
There's no
Just
water.
one jabber. I'm going to take you guys today to a very haunted place. One of the, actually the most haunted place reported in Baltimore, Maryland. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Ooh.
I'm SpongeBob ready.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi.
It's the Westminster Hall and Burial Ground. Have you heard of it?
No.
Is it?
No, you haven't heard of it because you didn't read the notes I sent you. But anyway,
I have a
gonna
busy
talk about it.
life.
Westminster or Westminster?
Westminster is what I said.
Westminster.
Westminster?
Westminster.
Westminster.
You have to have the accent. Like,
Yeah,
Westminster.
Westminster.
I don't even have that dialect going on.
No.
Westminster. That's how I say it.
Anyway, it's in Baltimore, Maryland. And the burial... sorry, I'm going to drink this. I'm eating candy runts, and they get so powdery when you chew them. I don't know why I do that. Should have just suck on them, but...
Runts? That's
I chew
like an
'em.
80s candy. Runts?
So, yeah.
That's like you put the quarter in the thing
This-
and like twist it and like a handful of bananas come out. That's... No one eats
Yeah.
those.
The banana ones are.
This
the
episode
bomb.
You know
is
what?
brought to you by 1980s runts.
You know what? I don't know if this has
The
ever
worst
been
candy in the
said on this show or any of our specials, but Adam also eats and enjoys circus peanuts. Ew.
Oh my god, they're
ew.
amazing.
Yeah.
Ew.
Necco wafers, good stuff, man. Necco
Basically
wafers.
eating packing foam.
So good. They actually are banana flavored. Okay, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna dive into this.
Westminster, Baltimore, Maryland.
Westminster Hall, Baltimore, Maryland. Okay, it's located in Baltimore, Maryland. I got my notes up. I'm gonna start reading off the notes so I don't get sidetracked. The burial ground was first established in 1787 by the First Presbyterian Church.
It was like a year after you were born, I think.
No, I was born in 1776.
Oh,
My real name is Lestat.
darn.
And in 1852, the church was built over the top of the burial ground, creating the catacombs. So they actually built a First Presbyterian church over the burial ground. They thought it was... There's a lot of reports of what actually happened. There's a false statement saying that there was a law that a church had to be attached to a burial ground, which there's no record of that actually being a law. And there was also something stated that the church thought that the burial ground was getting kind of old and unsightly, so they built a church on top of it. But that really doesn't hold any water either, because it from the time they built the church on top of the burial ground, it wasn't that long. What was that, 60 years? 65 years, something like that. So that really doesn't hold any water either. Generally speaking, from everything I could find, they just needed more land to build a bigger church. And they looked at it and said, let's just build it on top of these dead people. So that's what they did. They made catacombs. Worked out well. There's a lot of places like that in Italy. So
Yeah,
Just a
describe to
great
me
idea.
catacombs. So when you build the church on top of this, is it because you're making like hallways in the mausoleums?
yeah, I guess it's kind of like that. Like, like the catacombs in France, except it's not with a bunch of bones built into the walls.
Okay.
So it's kind of like that, and it's kind of winding. It's an underground burial ground with different corridors and halls. Kind of cool. I kind of want to go see it now, don't you?
Fair, yeah.
I definitely want to go see it if they let us. Anyway, a lot of people, the who's of the time, were buried there. They had generals and war heroes from the Revolutionary War, the American Revolutionary War. If you're not from America, we're talking about that one, and the War of 1812. Along with lots of merchants and the social elite of that time.
Like
So,
me, if I would have
Yeah.
been alive and died, I'd be buried
Yeah,
there.
because you're the boss, so yeah, we bury you there. Yeah. And here, in the most famous person buried there, hold on to your wide-brimmed hats.
I'm not wearing my hat
Wide-brimmed
today.
bowlers, fedoras, I should say.
I'm not wearing.
And and hold on to your long black trench coats.
I don't have a
because
trench
the
coat.
person who is, oh, you should, because the person who's buried here is Edgar Allan Poe. Oh,
EAP.
nevermore.
EAP himself.
EAP,
buried
yep,
there.
pretty cool. So if you're gonna have a haunted place, it's good to have it with Edgar Allan Poe. I'm gonna go and put my notes down a little bit. All right, so
I like his poetry.
yeah, I like. I used to have a book of Edgar Allan Poe short stories, and I read that all through high school. I mean, I kept it forever. It was so.
Is The Fall of the House of Usher? Is that? Oh my gosh,
Isn't that
that's
Poe?
a great show.
Oh God, show.
I mean,
Yo.
they had a recent show.
I saw the show actually. It was really good. Did we watch that together?
Yes,
Didn't you fall asleep at the end of it?
I did not.
I'm gonna look it up real quick, guys. I'm sorry. I don't mean
The
to be
third
ignorant.
wheel over
I got
here.
cameras on my. I know, right? Hold on.
You gotta watch it. It's amazing. I cannot remember the lead actor's name. He's in everything, and he's also amazing. He's
Oh.
one of those. Who's that guy? Or hey, that's that guy.
Hold on. I'm just gonna write who wrote. I'm so sorry, everybody, for doing this to you.
He's not.
I'm not
He doesn't
technologically
mean it.
advanced.
Yeah.
Yes.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar wrote it. Good job, Edgar.
Edgar.
All right.
And then Telltale
The
Heart
Telltale Heart. Yeah, my
is
favorite.
the one.
That's a very
usually everyone studies.
anxiety-inducing story.
Oh gosh, it
Which
is.
is a part of the Fall of the House of Usher. They put the Telltale Heart in there, which I
Yeah.
thought was really cool. Okay, so he's been spotted there, guys.
Like his
So
ghost.
people have spotted him, his ghost, his apparition, wearing a long black coat and a wide-brimmed fedora.
That's why we're holding on to them. I
Yeah,
get
that's
it
right.
now.
He's been seen standing in front of his grave, mourning his own demise, like wishing to come back to life.
Like,
That's
is
what
he
they say.
writing about it? Do you suppose?
I don't know. I mean, you'd have to have a ghost pen and a ghost book. And
Well,
I mean,
he's
we've
got
had
a
some
ghost
specials lately with,
fedora.
like,
Why can't he have a ghost pen?
You're right. You're right.
There's literally
Uh-huh.
ghost writers. That's a thing. A real legitimate thing.
Ghost Rider.
it's true. It's true.
I'll be here all day. Or until the end of the
That's it.
episode, and that's it. I'll go
Try
home after that.
Try the veal. Try the veal.
Try
And it
the
looks
gray
like
stuff.
my notes are like half notes.
It's
like
delicious.
I don't have all the notes here, but it's okay. I remember everything, so I'll wing it after I get past half of this. Okay, because I read my notes, so I'll wing it. You guys obviously don't have them. I sent them to you with Google Docs, and it's just not working out. But it's fine. I have the rest of the information here.
I have
We're gonna go through it.
the notes.
Do you have 2 pages of notes? Because I only have 1 page
I
of notes.
You'll
have
just
2
escape, and then you'll get to the
pages
second
of
page of notes.
notes.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
I have.
The technologically advanced millennials here to teach me how to do things.
We're so advanced.
So maybe she'll teach me how to make a PDF next.
Go eat your runts, runt.
Runt. So from 1920 all the way to 2009, a same type of figure had been seen yearly on the anniversary of his death, of Edgar Allan Poe's death. Standing beside the grave, the figure would leave red roses and a bottle of cognac, which was Poe's favorite drink. So that's a really dedicated person or people that did that. Or a ghost, because ghosts seem to do everything. That's just the answer for everything.
Why would a ghost do that though? And if they left that, is it like tangible? Like you could like grab the roses and the drink?
Yeah.
So it was probably a person then?
Yeah, they probably went to
Or
7-Eleven,
people.
Got some stuff, got like the cheap thing of roses, and the plastic roses.
There's probably like some family and they just like generational, like their son took over for them and then they got to the end and they're like, I'm not going into the family business. I am not leaving things on Poe's grave every year. I can't do it. I'm going to work at Walmart.
Yeah, go to work at Wally World. This is over. Going to the haunted Walmart in Galveston, Texas.
Oh gosh.
And working there instead. That's a plug. That's a plug for you guys.
Oh, the children.
Oh, the children playing with the toys in the Walmart. Okay. He's also been seen sitting in the church beside the altar and in those underground catacombs. So people have seen him everywhere. He's a very busy guy. Moving around, doing stuff everywhere. He's a very busy man. There's a lot of things in a lot of different areas of that church. Many things. So many things he can't even talk about all the things he's doing.
That's a lot of things.
It's a lot of things. That was a very bad impression. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now, there's another apparition in this place. It's a white-haired elderly man. He walks between the rows of graves as if he is looking for a particular headstone. Many people have seen him. They all say he's amazing. And that's that as far as the white-haired man goes. Amazing white-haired man. And that's it. He's just looking for a headstone.
Looking for a headstone.
That's all we got about it. No other information about that.
To him. It's there.
It's there, dude.
Isn't it just like a man to not ask for directions?
Oh, you finally got a jab, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. My favorite apparition of this place is so many. It's the crazy loon lady. That's what people call her. I wouldn't say that. I would say that she has some issues. I wouldn't say call her crazy or call her a loon.
You would
but
say that to her face.
It has been. Maybe I would. There has been a report of a woman who was buried in the cemetery, who was wealthy but had some mental instability, and they buried her in her straitjacket. I have no idea if that's true. It sounds way far-fetched. But they say people have seen this apparition of this woman in a straitjacket, and they can hear her crazed laughter. It can be heard throughout all the catacombs underneath the church. That's kind of scary.
That sounds loony.
Yeah.
It sounds Looney Tunes. Sounds like a crazy loon lady. That's the scariest one, I think, personally. There's a groundskeeper also. And this groundskeeper, he was an actual groundskeeper at the Westminster burial grounds. It's been verified. And people say they still see him. He's long since passed. And they say if you're disrespectful or too loud in the burial grounds, he'll appear and he'll shout at you and try to chase you away with a spectral shovel.
Hey,
But it doesn't say spectral. It just says shovel. So maybe he picks up a real shovel and chases you around with it, which would be a lot more terrifying. If you think about it, that would hurt.
Yeah.
That hurt.
You would know what it's like to hit someone with a shovel.
I did hit somebody with a shovel in a movie once that we did. What was that?
Silver
I forget. We've done
Woods.
so many things. Silver Woods. That's
It's
right.
great. Stay away from that, everyone. Go watch the Ghostly Secrets
Don't watch
of
that.
Hotel St.
The
Carlos.
overactors.
Enough! That was my
Enough.
impersonation of you.
It's good. It's a good one.
Actually, your performance was pretty solid.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So, I try my best. We'll put a couple clips of different performances I've done throughout my life in this episode,
Just
so
like
you guys can see how amazing it is.
montage
Feel free to
with
leave
like
a like.
inspirational music in the background. It's like
Just a montage.
softly, like black and white, a little bit slow motion.
At the end, it just says fiend.
Maybe like sepia in there somewhere.
Fiend.
Anyway, so the groundskeeper and the shovel.
Groundskeeper does that. That's that. Yeah. Not too much to say
Get
about
off
that.
my yard.
There's actually a real person that's buried there that people talk about besides Edgar Allan Poe and the groundskeeper and this crazy loon lady that there's no real information about. Her name was Lucia Watson Taylor, a 16-year-old girl that died in 1816. And people say that she's been seen kneeling at her own grave and praying. That's that's creepy. It's a real person. I mean, I'm sure if her family was still alive, which in 1816, I'm sure they're all like, it's not too soon. You guys can say anything you want about her. We didn't even know her. But, yep, they say they see her there. And they've had a lot of paranormal groups. That have come in and they've seen stuff. They said they verified contact through EVP and they've witnessed other types of spectral paranormal phenomena. But, as I'm looking online, don't see anything. Don't see any evidence of any hauntings there whatsoever. It's hard to get evidence of hauntings. It really is.
Yeah, I feel like that happens a lot. Some of the stuff we've talked about in past episodes is, there's tons of great videos and pictures, but when you go to try to find it, there's not. There's usually like one or two. They're very blurry. You can't really tell what's going on. Occasionally, there is some good audio or video, but it's usually not at like a super scary place, or it could be explained away. So I do think, I want to touch on this just real quick because of everything.
Why don't you touch on me, buddy?
I'm going to. I'm touching now.
Touch on me, touching you, touching me.
Everything that you just talked about fits perfectly with the theme of this season. Everyone knows I'm about to go on one of my spiels here. This place feels very energy based. So a lot of the hauntings that we've talked about in the past feel like there's residual energy left over. So again, no one truthfully knows what happens when you die, but just say, for example, you die and there's an afterlife. I don't think that most people would just want to kneel over their headstone. Like, that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Maybe someone else, I don't know, some guy eating popcorn watching is like, I disagree. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. But I don't understand why you wouldn't, like, go somewhere else. Do something. So it feels like ghosts, it might be more like an energy thing where they, like, relive their last moments, or they're like stuck in a loop. They can't figure out how to see the light, or, whatever it is that happens. But that guy looking for the gravestone or headstone and he just is walking around, like, that feels very energy based to me. And way back in season 1, I think it was actually the finale, we talked about Bachelor's Grove in Illinois.
Season 1? What year was that?
What year is it? Okay, Robin Williams. That was 2020. That was during COVID. That's wild.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You're so young and full of life back then.
I know. It's wild.
Crazy. Clay, since 2000, has had 17 children. It's been a long time.
I've had 2 since then. Two.
They sound like 17 when I call you on the phone. They sound like 17 kids.
They do, especially my second youngest. He's 4 and he's a handful. But anyway, rewind. Bachelor's Grove.
While you're doing that, I'm just going to check my audio, make
thing.
sure I'm still recording it.
I hope you're still recording, because I don't want to have to
hope
give
I am
this
too. You know
great
how it is with this
performance
thing.
Again, I don't
No,
get
it's still
paid
rolling.
enough for
It's
that.
still rolling.
Okay, then I'll
Jeez. You don't pay
rewind
yourself enough
again,
for that? Okay.
back to Bachelor's Grove in Illinois. There was like a woman in white who, like, sits on her gravestone, and there was a headstone that just said, like, infant daughter, and just, like, a lot of weird things, and a lot of people who see, I just doing this show for 4 years, and I think at this point we've covered almost 60 different topics, places, and a good chunk of them have been cemeteries. They're all
hotels.
this one's a cemetery, so I'm just cemeteries. But I feel like a lot of the cemetery vibe is the same. No, so and so can be spotted in front of their grave.
Yeah. So, okay. I know when we started this thing, I was totally a skeptic 100%, right?
Well, we've flipped. I feel like we have legitimately flipped because I was the believer.
We haven't flipped entirely. I think we've just met each other halfway. So guys, here's the thing. We've gone to a lot of different places, right? Here's the rub. And a lot of times we don't make stuff up. So if we go and we don't find anything, it's a waste of a night. Yeah. It's a waste of 2 days. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of time and effort. Our backs hurt carrying all those damn cameras and all that gear. But then we go to some places, and some of the things we see and we actually witness and pick up on our cameras or on those spirit boxes can't be explained away. And so while I'm not afraid, and I'm looking for the most logical explanation all the time, when it comes to hauntings and things like this, there's a lot of things we don't know. But one of the things we don't know is how time travel works, and it's kind of speculated. We can move into the future very easily, right? We can create time dilation by moving quicker or getting away from a large gravitational body, like moving further away from Earth. Time moves different. It's
don't
relative,
go off the deep end here.
I'm trying not to. I get nuts sometimes, guys.
I know,
real nuts.
Time travel.
But if you think about it for a second, right? We can't go back in time, and it's been hypothesized. Is that what I'm saying it right? That if you could go back in time, you couldn't change anything. It would just be a rerun of everything, right? So what if that's what we're seeing? You're saying it's something that has to do with energy. Maybe the energy of these people from that plane of existence are kind of just repeating the same motions over and over and over again. They're not really there. We're just kind of watching whatever's happening kind of on a rerun,
Yeah.
And not with Poe being everywhere and walking around and mourning his grave, or a girl praying at her own grave. That would seem like something that's happening right now. But what if when you and I are talking about the Hotel San Carlos and talking, I don't want to ruin anything for the people who haven't seen it yet. But if you're talking to somebody, or if you see somebody walking and doing the same thing over and over again that they did and died doing, maybe that's just a repeat happening over and over and over again, or you just happen to be seeing it over and over and over again. Maybe they're not even aware of you being there.
Which, makes a whole lot of sense. And your time travel theory actually makes a lot of sense too, because there's a lot of scientists that claim the grandfather paradox. If you go back in time and kill your grandpa, then you would never have been born, so then you would actually never go back in time and kill your grandpa, and it's just a loop. There's I don't know if it's new, but I've seen a lot of people talk about it. I don't want to get too off topic here, but this is interesting that you brought it up, and it is relevant. But there's a newer theory that's being talked about where that's actually impossible. Well, obviously it's impossible, but if time travel did exist and we were able to go into the past, the universe would, in essence, somehow prevent you from doing things that would change the future. And it's if you killed your mom or something and went back to the future, 88 miles per hour, and went back to the future, your mom would actually somehow overcome the stab wounds or gunshot and pull through and live. You could do things, but it would somehow not actually alter the future. The universe would just somehow make it be exactly the way that it was, in essence.
Just a course correction.
Yeah. The only way that time travel with the grandfather paradox, where you kill your grandpa and change the future, would work is if there's multiple timelines. You're getting into Marvel and Back to the Future 2, where Biff takes over and all that stuff.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, it's solid.
That's good.
But it
really
basically has to be one or the other. But the whole reliving thing it does fit with that, because it's
Now, Shelina's never been on any of our ghost hunting adventures. I gotta say this right now. So you have a different point of view, because you haven't actually seen things happen on their own.
You haven't been in the trenches. You haven't seen movies.
You haven't been in the trenches. So, what do you think about all of this stuff? What do you think? I mean, all these haunted phenomena, do you believe it actually has a place? Do you think any of these people are full of crap? Do you think it's just good lore?
Actually, everybody carries 7 pounds of poop in their intestines at all times.
I love that.
That's disgusting.
Well, it's full of crap.
There we are.
We're nearing the end, so I'm not going to be here much longer. Carry on.
That's it.
I mean, I agree with energy and how that can exist, especially in a place that may feel unresolved. Whether it's your own personal energy and then you are projecting that onto a situation, whether it makes you feel something in particular. I think I do also like this idea of the multiple timelines where maybe we are seeing a thin veil between ourselves and maybe a timeline that exists in the same time. But I think I could be a believer. I'm probably more a believer in it than not.
I mean, there's photo evidence, right, Clay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just touch about some of the past episodes. This is the grand finale of season 4. You in 4?
This is season 4, grand finale. Yep.
Jeez, gosh.
Yeah.
So let's touch about some of the other things that we've talked about when it comes to this stuff. Like we went to let's see, we went to the Flagstaff Hotel. What was that one called?
The Monte Vista.
The Monte Vista. That one was scary. A lot of weird things happened. Cameras shutting on and off. Weird haze in the room. Things like that.
Yeah, there was. I feel like every time we've gone somewhere, there's been something that's happened.
EVP.
The
EVP that actually talked to us though. That was weird. Clearly,
Yep.
it said yes. You know.
Yeah.
It's weird. The divining rods. We look at evidence of a place we've never been because the manager was really rude to me and didn't want me to come. But the Jerome Grand Hotel, foolish by the way.
Yeah, we're
Very
calling you out.
You should let us come.
We're calling you out. Yeah.
You should let us come, guys. Just let us come investigate. Don't be dicks. Let us vet, right? They're being dicks. Calling you out. Here's the thing. There's a lot of photographic evidence of things happening there. Now, there's some things that I would consider to be a double exposure, but we touched on that, and it looked very realistic. The guy's face in the window was freaking terrifying.
Yeah.
This last thing we did for the Hotel San Carlos, I'm not even going to talk about it. Guys, you guys have to see it. And the YMCA, it seems like we're getting closer and closer and closer to actually, I mean, besides a ghost slapping you in the face, what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I want to go to the catacombs and check them out. I mean, when Clay wants to start coughing up the money to send us places, start being a cheap boss.
Nothing came out.
Sorry. Next time.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we can go to these places. I would like to find out. You know, stay the night in a cemetery. Put up the cameras. Check it out. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, most conveniently, it's easier to stay in an abandoned jail or a YMCA or an old YMCA or, you know, a defunct hotel, you know, but there's other places that, you know, that I would like to stay and check out. The Clown Motel, for instance, there's a cemetery right next to it. People say they see all sorts of apparitions coming out of that cemetery. Why can't we set up cameras and check it out? I bet you we're getting really close to finding something. Or finding nothing, who knows? I have no idea. That's all I gotta say about that.
It's been interesting though. I mean, I started this show as a believer and I'm still a believer, but my opinions have shifted kind of all around because there's definitely a ton of places just trying to make a quick buck, and I think it's the places such as, not to, again, there's a horse over there and I got my stick. But the Hotel San Carlos doesn't really push that they're haunted. It's not on their website. You can like Google it, and you know, past YouTubers and paranormal groups have gone there, and you can find their videos and podcasts and stuff like that, but they don't like push it themselves. But like if you go to the Monte Vista website, they've got like a whole section about people who have died there, what room they stayed in, what they were known for, the butcher guy, the prostitutes that got thrown out the way. You know, like they push it. It's a $sign for them. And
Yeah, and there's ghost
although
tours of those places and all that stuff.
yeah, and some things did happen there, but I will say it was not as scary as the Hotel San Carlos. There were some things there that did freak me out. I can't explain it, and there's no explanation. Like, we will never know.
We were the only two people in the whole damn hotel.
Yeah. Go check it out. I can't push it any harder unless I played it right now. It probably didn't play.
Here it goes.
But
I will say, had I known we were the only two people in the hotel all night long, I would have been a bit more unnerved. Thank God we didn't find out that until the next morning.
well, yeah, but the whole time we spent going, I swear we must be the only ones here. I swear we must be the only ones here. So, like, I think
But if we had known that,
deep down we knew, but, like, yeah, I mean,
I do like this place. The reason why I picked it is because I wanted to pick a place that didn't have ghost tours that were making money off of it. The cemetery doesn't make money off you knowing that it's a haunted cemetery, and I was like, that's cool. And because it's part of a Presbyterian church, it's not something that they're like, that's kind of like blasphemy talking like that, in those terms, especially in a Christian arena. So I just thought it was really interesting that this place is haunted, is attached to a church. It's got everything. It's got Edgar Allan Poe. It's got catacombs. It's got a crazy loon. It's got the very angry
that is kind of scary.
groundskeeper from Scooby-Doo. It's got a little bit of everything. So I thought it was really cool, and it's one that doesn't really fit the bill of the rest.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to check it out. I mean, there's Boot Hill Cemetery that someone took a picture of a cowboy coming up out of the ground at the old Boot Hill Cemetery. And here's the thing: is that photo is an authentic photo because that was taken at the original Boot Hill Cemetery, not where they moved all the headstones to, because they moved the Boot Hill Cemetery later on. So I thought it was really interesting, but it's things like that. I'm like, well, there's no real tourist interaction. So what is making people tell these stories? Well, I guess Edgar Allan Poe, there's a lot of romantics out there that want to believe his spirit lived on in some way. So maybe that's it. But
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool place, and I would like to go see it. And guys, if you ever want to go, the Westminster Burial Grounds is located in Baltimore, Maryland. I don't have a phone number for them because the dead don't have phones, but go ahead, and when you go there, tell them that Adam, Clay, and Shelina from Talk About Scary sent you. Get the Talk About Scary discount to go see those gravestones. Okay? No?
One day there's actually going to be a discount because we're going to, like, blow up and be like a big podcast, and people are going to go back and watch these old episodes.
We've already crossed the line to over 6,000 subscribers, and we've only been at it for how many weeks?
Not quite
On the
2
YouTube?
months. Yeah, I mean, it's honestly, it's been like about 8 weeks when this airs. Yeah. But who knows, when this
6
airs,
weeks right now.
we might be at like 8,000 subscribers. We're
Right? It's crazy.
We're growing like one of those little sponge things that you like leave in water overnight.
Turns into
As
a
a
dinosaur.
kid, I can't think what they're called.
Or like a chia pet. You guys remember chia pets? Those are cool. Eh?
You're old. Stick to your runts.
Chia.
I do remember those.
Those are good. That and the clapper. Clap on, clap off. Remember that? You clap your hands, the lights turn on and off. This old lady in bed would go, turn the lights off.
I always wanted
That
the
was
like
cool,
moon shoes. Like it was like a trampoline shoe, and you could like.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah, I
jump.
wanted
just
those. I
feel
didn't think they
like
were
people
real.
Broke their ankles on those, like.
Probably. I still want Heelys, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to break my hip on one of those.
Yeah, I used to have Heelys. They weren't as good as they looked. Sock 'em boppers, sock 'em boppers.
What was your toy?
Oh gosh, probably an easy bake.
He's big of it. Makes sense, huh?
I had those like
I mean-
the like creepy crawly, like the boy version of those where you like
They
put like the
they
goo
made like
in the oven.
jelly.
Yeah, and it like made
gummy candy.
yeah,
Yes.
it made like bugs that you could eat or whatever. I guess
Funny
we're just
plug that
reminiscing
Shelina just
now.
gave for that Easy Bake Oven, because we've been horribly toiling all day finishing the next 2 episodes of cultural Discovery, which is Shelina's cooking show. So I feel like she was just trying to slide it in. And then we're doing this.
Can't help I've been a chef all my life.
Cameras all over the studio, guys. Just cameras everywhere. Lights, cameras everywhere. The electric bills are through the effing roof this week.
A lot. We're doing
a lot. We're doing a lot for you guys.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching.
For you.
I'm going to wrap up this episode, too.
For you.
For you. Nice.
That's probably my last joke of the season, so
That's
run
it.
with it.
Get it in. We do want to say thank you guys for watching this whole season. Thank you for being loyal YouTube subscribers and watching these videos. It means the world to us. And I just want to say that the YouTube community, you guys are amazing, positive, nurturing community. We couldn't have done this without you. Thank you so much. Thank you to Shelina for becoming part of the overnight team and doing Talk About Scaries with us, and your shows are fantastic as well. And you know, I could say a million different things besides that, but thanks for watching. If you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family we love you. We want you to know we love you. We have a lot of other programs as well. We have a cooking show called Cultural Discovery. We have drink recipes that we post regularly, alcoholic drinks. So not over 21, guys, not for you kids. Don't forget about Talk About Scaries. All of our specials that we've done for hauntings and things of that nature. The Overnight Pictures presents. There's a lot of documentaries on there. Feel free to watch those, guys. They're all on there. We put them on there for you. We worked really hard on them, and we hope you love them. And just thanks for watching. You know, you guys are awesome. Anybody else want to say anything nice before we go? Nothing?
Something nice.
There you go.
I thought I might be able to
I guess
squeeze
that's
one
it.
more.
I guess I'm done then. Nobody wants to say anything. I appreciate you guys. So thanks so much for coming by today, guys. We really appreciate you watching again. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell if you want to get notifications. And until next time, until next season, guys. You guys ready? I'm going to count on the 3. We're all going to say it. Ready?
Wait,
1.
are we saying it on 3 or like on 4, like after 3 is said?
After 3.
Okay.
After 3 is said. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Creep it real.
I did
said it-
weird
you said
hand
it after.
things. I don't know what.
Oh my God. He said it. You screwed it up. It's over.
Well,
Okay, that's it.
I
We're
said
done.
it at the
We're done.
same time as you guys in my earpiece. So I
Oh.
mean,
I don't know.
we can probably
It's like a millisecond
I
delay. I'm not
did-
gonna. No.
like
Forget it. Better luck next
counting
season.
to 4 is hard.